guess fashions change.
Meet the biggest supermodel in the whole world. This is all.
Are you like a male model or a female model?
Oh.
Bonjour à tous, pourquoi son âme sombre.
And I'm joined in the studio by France 24's film critic Lisa Nesselson. Hello, Lisa.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. Now we're going to start with The Revenant. It's up for 12 Oscars, including Best Actor for Leonardo DiCaprio. Does it live up to the hype?
Honestly, I'm going to commit heresy here. I'm not sure that it does, but then that's the problem with hype. This movie doesn't cure cancer. It doesn't broker peace in the Middle East. It's magnificent to behold. It's rather long, and it's got a very basic revenge tale at its heart. It's about a fur-trapping scout named Hugh Glass, who's played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and another guy, Fitzgerald, played by Tom Hardy, does something pretty unforgivable, and so Mr. Glass spends the entire movie in pretty diminished physical condition, trying to make his way to the guy who done him wrong so that he can express his displeasure.
Okay, well, let's take a look at a clip of the film. Well, Leo does look a bit in bad shape there. At the heart of the action is a bear attack. Tell us more about that.
Well, that's when everything really, really starts going wrong. Now, of course, there's been a lot of complaints in Hollywood about how there aren't enough roles for people who happen to have non-white skin. This movie has roles for a lot of Native Americans and First Nations people, and I think there's a casting coup worth talking about, which is that they didn't give the role to an all-white bear. Here we have an all-white bear. They looked a little farther afield, and they got a bear that looks more like this. So we're going for authenticity on that front. It's a start. What else can I say?
There's quite a vicious bear attack, but we won't go into much more details about it. Now, you only need to be 12 to see The Revenant in France. Would you go along with that?
Well, that surprised me, although I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to expose young people to the idea that we have it pretty darn good here in the 21st century with indoor plumbing and heating and grocery stores and stuff like that. Very few of us get mauled by bears. Very few of us have to cauterize our own throats with a burning twig. And really very few of us have to remove the entrails from a dead horse to use it as an improvised sleeping bag. And certainly I want people to know that this is a very impressive undertaking. It was supposed to be a 3-month shoot. It ended up being 10 months. The photography is stunning, only in natural light. They rehearsed a month for the bravado 10-minute uninterrupted opening shot, but I didn't care as much as I wanted to, and the action didn't consistently feel organic to me.
It sounds a little bit like a gory history lesson. Well, he won the Golden Globe, he won the BAFTA. Everyone's saying it's Leo's year for an Oscar. He looks pretty rough. That seems to be one of the things that wins you an Oscar these days. What do you think?
Well, you know, if you're 30 or younger, DiCaprio has been acting your entire life. We know I'm not aware of him ever giving a poor performance. He's an extraordinarily fine actor, and why we should give it to him for this rather than some of his previous performances points out just how silly the Academy Awards can be. But here's Mr. DiCaprio talking about what the film means to him.
I did as much preparation as I possibly could. Like I said, very little is written about this time period, so it was almost like doing a science fiction movie. I've always been driven and attracted to working with filmmakers that can transfer a very specific, powerful cinematic vision and take us somewhere else.